I'd like to welcome everybody and thank everybody for coming to the Public Safety Complex official ribbon cutting and dedication. As everybody knows, we've already occupied the building, but this is the official day. It's hard to believe that in December of 2015, we broke ground and we have this beautiful building here. It's certainly a well-needed building, and it was well vetted. I have to say, there was a lot of public meeting, a lot of public input, and a lot of work went into getting it through town meeting to have everybody understand the importance. I know just my wife and I, on the weekend prior to town meeting, we worked from Friday to Sunday to get the word out to people that this was not just obviously a very beautiful building as it is, but it was definitely needed. We needed an emergency operations center. I mean, Scituate was the only coastal town that didn't have anything like this. I'm very proud to say that this Board of Selectmen and the town of Scituate, the citizens, were able to put this together. Along with the architects, the project manager, and CTA Construction, I have to say that I did a quick tour of the building just now to see the actual completion, and it's pretty amazing. I think everybody in Scituate should be proud of this. It came in approximately $250,000 under budget, which is always a good thing. And with the careful consideration and the AA plus rating, we were able to we bonded this, I believe it was in June of 2000, let me see, June of 2015, I believe it was. Anyway, we were able to get it bonded early enough so that we could get a good rate in, which we would not be able to get today. So again, I'd like to welcome everybody, and I'd like to introduce, unfortunately, our Chief Mike Stewart has an unfortunate event where he is in the hospital. So I'd like to welcome Deputy Mark Stewart, Deputy Chief Mark Stewart of the Police Department, to come forward.
Thank you, Marty. I appreciate it. Welcome to our distinguished guests, family, friends, and community members. I'd like to thank you all for coming out today to officially open our new public safety complex. It's been an incredible journey over the past several years. We began with a vision, became a concept, and that concept evolved into a plan, which through great perseverance, coordination, and dedication became the facility that you see before you today. The team that was involved with this project has been truly amazing. They demonstrated a tenacity and dedication needed to see this project through to completion. Along the way, we've faced some challenges, we've shared some laughs, and forged relationships which helped to build the foundation upon which this building stands today. I'd also like to specifically thank members of our community that provided so much help early on in this process. Without their support, this building would never have transitioned from a concept to the first shovel hitting the ground. And I'd also like to mention the ongoing joint efforts and outstanding collaboration of our combined internal and external stakeholders. I don't think we would truly reach the vision that this complex was meant to become without that shared effort. Today we officially present to our community a facility which will help to serve and protect them for the next 50 years and more. And just as the people that transform a house into a home, so too will it be the members of the Scituate Police and Fire Departments that will transform this facility into something more than just a building. Through their service and dedication, it will quickly become a home to our first responders and the hub of public safety for our community. As time and major events pass by, this building will mature and evolve, and it will come to stand as a pillar and legacy to our community's commitment to public safety and our vision of moving the town of Scituate forward. I'd like to thank you all for your support through this journey and for being here today to help us open this new facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Next, I'd like to introduce John Murphy, Fire Chief, Town of Scituate. Thank you, Marty.
Good afternoon. It's great to be here today. Thank you all for attending our ribbon cutting ceremony. It seems like yesterday we were just getting started with our groundbreaking ceremony at this location. This project took a lot of coordination, from the concept of the public safety complex 5 years ago to the planning, design, public education meetings, 2 town meeting votes, and throughout 14 months of construction to bring us to where we are today. I think we met with almost every board in town. Thank you all for your support and your guidance with this project. There are a few I'd like to mention for their ongoing support. The Board of Selectmen, Chairman Marty O'Toole, Maura Curran, John Dennehy, Sean Harris, and Tony Vignani. The Advisory Board and the Capital Planning Committee. The Public Building Committee led by Chairman Ed DeSalvio. This committee met with us every 2 weeks to go over bills, plans. Without them, this building would not be a success today. Yes, the Scituate was led by Karen Connolly to get the word out early on, to get the vote, to support this. Thanks to CTA Construction, our project manager Vertex, and to Doran Whittier, the architects. A job well done to these 3 companies. They all work very well together on behalf of the town of Scituate. I also would like to thank Kevin Kelly from Facilities and to Nancy Holt from Accounting. They were there all the way. All these people worked very hard to make this successful. A special thanks to our town administrator, our police chief Mike Stewart, Deputy Police Chief Mark Thompson, and Deputy Fire Chief Al Elliott. From day one, this group has met every challenge presented and worked together as a team to give you the most efficient and effective public safety complex. I know we are all proud and happy it's completed. Most importantly, I would like to thank the citizens of Scituate for your support on this important project. Without your support for public safety, this would not have become a reality. I would also like to thank Columbia Gas. I don't think they're here today, but Columbia Gas has done a great job with their outreach program and their training for our firefighters. They also made a donation, $10,000, towards our signboard. It's going to be out in front of the building probably by the fall. And we have a great relationship with our utilities. We need that relationship. They're especially interested in the Emergency Operations Center. So when we get a large storm or a large event, they can come out here, coordinate with us, and have the space that they need as well. I'd also like to thank my wife and my daughter. I think all of us owe a thanks to our families for the sacrifices, the extra meetings at night, everything else we do. Our families are at home supporting us, and it takes a lot of time away from family. I think everybody here understands that. Aside from improving our internal efficiencies, the primary reason for this building is to improve our public safety for the town of Scituate. I'm sure most of us remember the tragic fire on Hadley Road in April of 1995 when 3 children perished in a house fire. Since that devastating night, we knew we had to improve our emergency response to mine at the West End of North Scituate. This new public safety complex has given us the ability to improve our response times to these areas and given us the ability to run a second frontline ambulance to meet the increased EMS needs of our town. This building has given us the opportunity to spread our resources to provide the most efficient and effective emergency service to this great town of Scituate. Last, I would like to commend all the firefighters and police officers who are committed to serving our community every day to keep us all safe. Once again, I thank you for your support on the public safety complex.
Thank you, Chief Murphy. Next, I'd like to introduce John Lemieux, our owner's project manager from Vertex.
Thanks, Marty. Sounds a little bit cliche, but this really was a team effort, and a lot of the same people have been thanked already. It starts with the citizens of the town of Scituate who voted for the project, supportive Board of Selectmen, a great building committee to work with. The folks we dealt with from the town, and we've worked with a lot of towns. This is a great group, starting with Trish, Nancy Holt for the numbers side of things, Kevin Kelly from Facilities. And then the team that was put together, it doesn't always gel, and in this case, I think this is a really great example of a project that worked well together. From Doran Whittier, both Don Walter, Alan Brown, and Steve Haskell, CTA with Jeff Hazelwood and Jared and John, the superintendent. And from our own team, I want to thank Lori Bates, who again was here every day. And it's really the people who are on the ground every day that get the project done. So thank you to all of them. Again, and then in dealing with the users of the building, it was great from the beginning to know that we had Al and Mark available to us. Mark was super involved with all of the details, right down to the technology and the EOC. It was great to have somebody to fall back on and know that was there for the support of the back end. So at the end of the day, we are super proud of this building, and we hope you as the citizens of Scituate are as well. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to welcome Jeff Hazelwood from CTA Construction, our general contractor.
Good afternoon. John probably said a lot of what I'm going to say, so I'll say it again. As a general contractor, we don't just speak at many ribbon cuttings. It's probably a good thing. But that being said, as John had mentioned, the team really gelled very well together. Again, can't say enough about Doran Whittier. It started with a great set of documents, which really helped move the job along well. Vertex was just really helpful in getting us what we needed, us giving them what they needed. And as far as an owner, from a general contractor's perspective, all you can ask is for them to be reasonable and fair. And Trish, Chief Stewart, Deputy Chief Thompson, Chief Murphy were just fantastic, throughout the project. It really helped us along the way. That being said, we're very thankful for the opportunity to be involved with this project. We'd love to do another one that you have upcoming. And we just wish everyone, all the first responders that are going to use this building, everyone the best with their new facility, their new state-of-the-art facility. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to introduce the architect of this beautiful building, Don Walter from Doran Whittier.
Thanks, Marty. Hey, everyone. Boy, this is a pleasure to get a chance to speak to this group on this really outstanding achievement. I'm going to start with a little quote from Theodore Roosevelt. In any moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing. The residents of Scituate made the right decision when they voted to support replacing the outdated police and fire station number 3 with a new modern facility. The process we undertook was collaborative and inclusive. We strive to create a facility that will meet both departments' needs, be welcoming to the community, and reflects Scituate's seaside character. Our design team was led by Alan Brown, our project manager, and I think he did a real bang-up job of coordinating all of our consultants and working with the owner and the project manager and the contractor. But we also work closely with Tricia, Chief Stewart and Chief Murphy, Deputies Thompson and Elliott, Ed DeSalvio and the Public Building Commission, and all the boards. We spent time with the Planning Board, Conservation, Engineering, Building Department, Design Review Committee. Also, we worked closely with Kevin Kelly from Facilities Department. He was tremendous. And of course, working with Vertex, with John, Steve, and Lori, and then Jared, John, and Jeff of CTA was just outstanding. And all this was done under the watchful eyes of the Board of Selectmen, who were very supportive from the get-go. So in closing, just want to thank you for the opportunity. It's been a pleasure. I'm happy to call Scituate my home. So it's kind of special for that. And welcome to the 21st century of public safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Don. Next, I would like to introduce our town administrator, Patricia Vencasey.
Good afternoon. What a happy day. We hope you like the sun we arranged for you. I'm not going to repeat what folks said. I just want to tell folks that after a project's approved and we really start to build the building that's on paper, that's really the second phase. The first phase is really the idea to even do it in the first place. And that began in November of 2011 at a selectmen's retreat with the current board members that we have now, John Dennehy, Sean Harris, and at that time, Tony Vignani, and at that time, Joe Norton and Rick Murray. And some of you know this story, but this building would not be here with its intent to improve emergency response, particularly in the West End and Minot, without the support of the school committee and the superintendent, because they gave us this 6 acres that this building is now sitting on, and we really want to publicly acknowledge and remember that. So the collaboration started way back when. I also want to again recognize the Public Building Commission under the leadership of Ed DeSalvio and Carl Campagna, who spent many long nights questioning costs and making sure this building is what you see. But there's 4 people that I really, really want to acknowledge, and 3 of them are here, and I would like them to stand up. Deputy Thompson, Chief Murphy, Deputy Elliott. When you work in a building for 20 years, you have a lot of time to think about what you would do different or what you want in a new facility. Everything this building is, down to the smallest of details for this facility, that by already we've heard from other communities and the men and women that work in it, this is an outstanding facility where nothing has been left unplanned. And all of that, in terms of the layout and the design, which the architects then put pen to paper, is because of these 4 men. So every day you work here, and every day we hope the community appreciates the responses and the public safety service out of here. It is due to these 4 men, and I want to publicly thank them again for their tremendous work, and Chief Stewart, who's not here today. Maury, did I mention you? I don't want to leave you out. I mentioned you, right? I'm trying to do all these names in my head. So thank you. We thank the community, as others have said. We have not built a building in this town in a long time, a public building. And we will continue to maintain it and fund it so it can continue to deliver the best services to our community. Thank you.
I'd also like to recognize Senator Pat O'Connor, who made the journey here today. Selectman Sean Harris, Selectman Maura Curran. I'd like to ask Chief Murphy and Deputy Chief Mark Thompson to come forward.
Hold on. I didn't write anything, so I forgot. Before we get to the most important thing, Chiefs, I would like to ask Selectman Harris and Selectman Curran to join Chairman O'Toole for our special announcement.
I'll give the mic to Selectman Harris.
Thanks. This will just take 1 minute. Just one more piece of business before we go inside and see all the terrific work this town has done. As it's been stated earlier, the building came together, started about 5 years ago by many, many different people. Some people are no longer involved in town government that were very instrumental in bringing this great facility to us today. Recognizing that the town needs to address its aging infrastructure and begin to develop a plan for its public buildings that would also deliver services to our residents in a very different many ways. One such person's not here in the crowd with us today. He's not feeling very well. He's a very good friend of mine and all of ours, and that's Mr. Joseph Norton. All right? Joe served as selectman, as many of you know, from 1983 to 2012. Just about 30 years. He was there when the board conceived the master plan that included this building, and before that, during his years as selectman, he was instrumental in so many things that we take for granted, such as sewer treatment plant, our upgrade, Widow's Walk, golf course, and getting the best deal possible from the MBTA when the Greenbush line was reinstated. One more, the boatworks at Scituate Maritime Center. He was there also responding after dozens and dozens of coastal storms, working with public safety and DPW to restore service and ensure that our citizens were safe. Last but not least, he was on the Board of Selectmen when we conceived the master plan that resulted in this building that we're dedicating today. So it's an honor and really is a real privilege to announce with my fellow board members who are here, Marty, Mara, John, and Tony, who are not, that our meeting on May 16th, the board will vote to name the Public Safety Complex Emergency Operations Center the Joseph P. Norton Emergency Operations Center. And from that day forward, we shall call it that name. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean. Now if I could have Chief Murphy and Deputy Chief Mark Thompson come up, please. Thank you. I'd like to have everybody join us for light refreshments in the Emergency Operations Center if they'd like to, please. And thanks everybody. Thank you everybody for coming today.